How's it going, folks? It's Lobo, and welcome to another trailer for the movie Morbius. And I can't lie to you, I kind of completely forgot about this movie because yesterday, out of the blue, they released a behind-the-scenes reel and as well as promo images. And a number of people were talking about some of them because apparently you have 3 different references to 3 different Spider-Man. You had Oscorp, which looks identical, well, at least the logo does, to Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man universe. Obviously, you have Vulture, because one can assume that Michael Keaton is reprising his role as Vulture in this movie, and then, which of course, Tom Holland's universe, and then a mural with the murderer. Again, that's sort of the idea of Mysterio, but instead it looks an awful lot like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man suit, so it's like, what is going on with this shit? Very exciting. I know, obviously, Sony has their own plans for their own version of the Sinister Six, so I'm like, that's very cool, but it's just these 3 references. What's the idea here? Because if I'm not mistaken, Morbius was supposed to come out before Spider-Man No Way Home, and Vulture's in it, so you have to be like, okay, this interconnected universe, there has to be some multiversal type of thing going on, and if this was supposed to come prior to it, then where would the explanation for that lie? Because obviously Spider-Man No Way Home is dealing with the multiverse and how these villains are getting there, and how the boys are getting there, because yes, they are in it. For all the people that are still, somehow there are people on the internet that deny it. They're shaking in their boots. They are fearful of the power of the 3 Spider Bros, and Bully Maguire especially. But yeah, so this, it's just weird. Again, I'm just sort of basing this off the delays, because I don't know, this movie could have been coming out originally after Spider-Man No Way Home, because I don't know when Spider-Man No Way Home was supposed to come out pre-pandemic, but I'm pretty sure Morbius was always supposed to come out before, and then it got like pushed back 2 years. As I mentioned, I saw the first teaser for this like 2 years ago, so here we are, and we're just gonna watch this and see what it's about, because again, I think, yeah, there's a clip of Vulture in here again, so I'm interested to see how this all works. So yeah, man, let's go.
You need a doctor?
His name is Michael Morbius, right? I'm pretty sure.
I should have died years ago.
People all over the world have my disease.
I'm here to find a cure. We have to push the boundaries, take the risks. If you're gonna run, do it now.
Vampire bats.
Dr. Michael Morbius, you've been missing for 2 months.
When you're a stranger,
Then you were found on a container ship that washed up off of Long Island.
faces look ugly. When you're alone,
Oh god, bro. This really is gonna be like a horror movie.
What did you do to yourself, Doctor?
I wish I knew. I went from dying to being more
Right there.
It worked. Not exactly.
Oh yeah, echolocation and
Increased
shit.
speed, and some form of bat radar. What else can I do?
This looks really cool. They took their time on this with the delay.
There's something inside of me. It wants to hunt and consume blood.
Michael. When you're a stranger, faces come.
Can you control it?
I don't know.
Oh, it looked like Gordon at a crime scene. That was weird. There it is. Daily Bugle reference too.
We haven't had anything this good since that thing in San Francisco.
When you're stranger,
The other half
The Batman.
control you.
Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man suit.
I should stay in touch.
Vulture. See, I told you, those 3 references.
But I don't know what I'm capable of.
You save lives, you don't take them.
Are you here to heal the world? Or to destroy it?
Oh my god, bro. Holy shit, bro. Look at his design.
Who the hell are you, man?
I am Venom. I'm just kidding. It's Dr. Michael Morbius at your service.
PG-13. I was gonna say, bro, he slashed the guy's throat and then drank his blood. It's just like Venom Let There Be Carnage. You think it's gonna be rated R, but it's not. Obviously, you can get away with a lot in PG-13 movies, believe it or not. So, yeah, I'm fine with that rating. But again, it does feel like a horror movie with the idea of fear. And I know it's a lot like Batman because he's kind of a literal bat, but he's more of a vampire and such. But it does have this feel of horror, and his design looks incredible. I'm telling you, I really think they sort of listened to what people were saying, and with the delays, they kind of redid some VFX and shit, and I think they really took their time and put more effort into it because it looks really good. I'm not gonna lie. I said I saw the 3 references. I think I saw Oscorp. I don't know. That was maybe brief. I was just saying the guy looked like Gordon, Commissioner Gordon at the crime scene. But you saw Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man suit again, but in the mural, and then Michael Keaton's Vulture. I think he said something like we should stay in touch or whatever. That has to be sort of a play on the Sinister Six or whatnot. So that's very interesting because he never revealed Peter's identity technically now everyone knows. But depending on how Doctor Strange's spell works and how the movie unfolds, you don't know what's going to happen. But, it's very interesting. It does really look good. The plots for Sony's sort of independent movies, again, there's only really been 3 of them, to my knowledge, 2 Venoms and then this. The plot may not be the best, but you cannot lie that the visuals and the character designs look like incredible. That shit looked awesome. And if I remember correctly, the legit only time I've ever seen Michael Morbius before was the Spider-Man, the animated series. I know it's not called the animated series, but it's like something along the lines of that. It's the one from the 90s. And that was my first exposure to the character. And he looks similar. If I remember correctly, he had blue hair and he was... Excuse me. I'm sounding like Dracula. I'm like, his fangs or whatever, he kind of had like a worm mouth and they were on his hands, if I remember right. So he'd use his hands to suck blood or whatever. I think. And he also had like a crush on Felicia or whatever. So I don't know. It's just very interesting to put that in perspective. But the Daily Bugle headline and that design is the same as the Raimi trilogy. J. Jonah Jameson with the Daily Bugle, their specific design is the same here. But then, as I said, I saw yesterday the stills or promo images, whatever you want to call them, and it mentions Rhino and Black Cat. And that, of course, has to be, so you have like a Tobey Maguire print, even though, again, it was in Venom also. You could think of it as sort of an Easter egg, but it's just interesting. The reference to Rhino and Black Cat is more interesting because, obviously, you remember Rhino, Alexi was in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, but then you're like, where's Black Cat? She was also in there. She was, I think, the intern or receptionist for Harry Osborn in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, but her character had some deleted scenes, and of course, there was no Amazing Spider-Man 3, unfortunately, so you didn't get to see her develop into Black Cat, but that was Felicia, so I'm so curious what they're going to do. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If anyone has any ideas, that would be cool to know your perspective on what you think this is going to unfold into, because I certainly have no idea, because there's such a doorway for possibilities when it comes to this, and it looks like Sony's really devoting all their assets to creating a Spider-Man. As they said, it's called like the Sony Spider-Man universe or whatever. So they're really going all in on this, which is cool to see. And we also have a Craven movie coming out too. So, man, it's very exciting if you're a Spider-Man fan. So I definitely look forward to it. And for those of you who follow me on my channel and are awaiting the next movie reaction, which I said I'd do, which is X-Men 2, which I finished a couple days ago and I'm still editing because it takes a long time to edit a movie, but I should have that out tomorrow. But I watched that movie, which was excellent, by the way. I loved X-Men 2, so I'm just giving you a heads up. That will drop tomorrow. So, yeah. Hope you guys like this. And until then, I will catch you folks in my next video.